All right. Hello and welcome, my Aries soul family, soul sisters, soul brothers. So excited to see what 2022 has in store for you. So I've already released Aquarius. If you're catching this and Aquarius is also in your big three, go ahead and head over there right after. And in general, check out your big three. I'm going to be releasing these videos over the next several days. My intention is to get them all out to you, all hit and published by the 28th, I think is the date that I set for myself. But make sure you check out for your big three. Get notified of when I release these new videos by subscribing down below. And what else do I have for you? If you love this and you want to get monthly forecasts as well, I do those. I release those over in Wild Hearted Collective, as well as Member Circle. And I'll drop the links to that down in the video description. So what are your themes for 2022? I have to tell you, these are some big energies for you, Aries. You are the go-getters of the zodiac. You are the get out of bed in the morning and get it done. And I have so many Aries energies, or so many Aries sisters in my circle, both personal and professional. So here we go. What you need to know about 2022. We have butterfly spirit, who is all about transformation. So 2022 is a time of transformation for you. And I know some of you are going to have a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction to that. We're going to get more information about it through this reading, but just know that we are always transforming. And for all of you, it's going to have a little bit of a different energy to it. Okay. Chances are, if you're watching this, you've had a bit of a dark night of the soul experience. So you're and we can have multiple ones. I don't say that to put you into fear, but just know that transformation isn't always bad. Sometimes you're coming out of the transformation. Now, we also have, this is the spirit guardian of winter, which is retreat. And I'm going to be talking about winter quite a bit over the next couple of weeks. So definitely stay tuned. What I'm picking up for you is, whereas maybe 2021 and 2020 was outward focused, in 2022, you are going within, and it's going to be a year where you get into very deep, intimate dialogue with your inner self, with your higher self, your inner being. And that paves the way for some really amazing shifts within your human experience. It's nothing you haven't done before, right? You've gone within. This just might be a little bit more of an extended period. Doesn't mean for the entire 12 months of 2022, you're going to be going within and not enjoying your time. To be honest, I went through winter for most of 2021, was the energy there. And I had the greatest time. I had the greatest experiences because after doing the inner work, I went out and I enjoyed myself and I had a great time. Okay. So transformation and retreat, such delicious energy there. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, pivoting me. I got you. We're going to get some guide. I wanted to say guardian. So we do have spirit guardian of winter, but what I'm really hearing is that 2022 is a year where you protect your energy, where you are really guarding your resources and your energy in a way that's healthy, right? You've learned that you have this tendency to overgive and to maybe be the Coast Guard instead of the lighthouse. And that is part of the transformation that you're going through in 2022. You get very specific about who and what you're giving your energy to. And what that allows for you to do is really stay centered in yourself and to pour your resources, your energy, your finances, your time, your love into things that matter to you. What I'm picking up on over the past 16, 18, they're saying 24 months, you've done a lot of things for a lot of people. And not always have you gotten anything in return. Yes, that's very selfless of you, but at times you've overgiven to a point where it kind of has depleted you, has harmed you, has sent you in a tailspin, so that you've had to retreat and go within in a way that wasn't healthy or wasn't for the best of reasons. You pulled back and retreated because you had nothing left to give. This retreat is really an opportunity for you to cultivate that energy. Your guardians, I wanted to say it again, went flying to the ground. So give me a second there, Aries. So 222, I'm going to tell you, is a big number for you. And the reason being, I wanted one card for the first pull and I got two. And then I wanted one card here and I got two. And I'm just feeling guided to let you know 222 is going to be a very present number for you in 2022. All right. So the first energy that we have is Melchizedek, who's all about higher learning. So this going within might very much be where you are really immersing yourself in certain areas of learning and education where maybe everything else falls away and you start to really hone in on what it is that you need to learn, what it is that you need to do in order to get to your desired destination or to really align to your highest path. This is really juicy energy because even though it means going within, it means that you have never been more connected to yourself. You have never been more aligned to your highest path. And the other thing I'm hearing is you have never been more committed to you and your growth and your journey. It's less about them, whoever them is, take what resonates, and it's more about you. And they just said, that's the transformation. It's more about you. Okay, so we have Melchizedek and then we have Lady Portia, who is divine order. So just know that everything is as it should be. You didn't make any mistakes. You didn't slip up in any way on your path. You may have, they said it's not may. You've learned some hard lessons. You've been through the trenches and you have lived to see another day. And they want you to know that because this point that you're at is where it's going to get so good for you. You've done a lot of the work. And I feel like you did a lot of the inner work and you were still showing up externally. And now it's like totally going within so that you can show up as your full, authentic, beautiful, divine self. I love it. All right. Let me get one from Whispers of Love. I am feeling that. They're saying there's absolutely no need to worry about whatever's happening in regards to higher love, in regards to your connection with source, your connection with others. There's nothing to worry about. What you are being guided to do is to appreciate the moment, to really become very present, which is going to happen when you retreat. You're going to be present with yourself, with your journey, with your experiences, and you're going to see how far you've come. And as a result of how far you've come, it's almost like you start to realize that the world is truly your oyster. Anything you want, anything you can think of, you can have, and that you are strong enough, you are capable enough, you are worthy enough to reach those desires or to manifest those longings. Okay, so appreciate the moment. Every situation is an opportunity to find or to grow and find love. So Aries, I'll give it to you straight because I know a lot of Aries, like I mentioned, not always is slowing down and going within easy for you because your energy is programmed to go and not just to like gently go, you go full speed. When you land in a passion or when you find something you're interested in, you're not just a dabbler. You're like, I'm going to become an expert in this. And so this retreat and this getting laser focused and super specific on things is not obviously this is a general reading, so take only the aspects that resonate, but that's not a natural tendency of yours. But what they want you to do is, so it's like instead of going full speed forward with 10 different projects and 10 different relationships and connections and all different things, it's like you're going to take all of that energy, you're going to pull it from all 10 of those areas of focus and get quite specific on the handful. I usually say 1, 2, no more than 3, on the handful of themes, of projects, of individuals, perhaps, that you're going to focus more on. Okay. So it's like, how do I want to put it? It's like a pulling in of your energy it's a calling back of all the fragments, all of your power, calling back all of the energy, all of the leaks, you're sealing them up. And then you're moving forward into the ones that are so, so perfect for you. Okay. The other thing is a union of hearts, which means that there's more, the union of hearts, it says a love connection that defies explanation, but the message that's specifically coming through for you is that there's more going on than meets the eye. And I wanted to just say, nope, that's not in one of the cards, but whatever your worries are, and this I do, pardon me, I do think is speaking to romantic love. Just know that there's more going on than what you see on the surface. And they're saying for you, not necessarily outwardly focused with another individual, but in regards to romantic love, there's more going on within you. There's this transformation occurring within you that's going to help really solidify these romantic partnerships that you're either in currently or calling in. And so one thing, okay, yeah, I just listen a little bit there. So one of the things they want you to know is that even though you might be the more aware and awake and conscious individual in a connection and a partnership, there's a little bit of a tough love message for some of you, for all of you. They're saying, but like, you still have work that you need to do in order to call in and stay in and to be in and to continue with healthy love and romantic connections and partnerships. Okay, so I know we deviated over into love and romance and relationships here, but that's what Spirit wants you to know. And it's all a part of that same thing, which is that retreat and transformation. All right, so a little inquiry for you. I want you to journal on this. I'm going to suggest you journal on this. Is what does retreating look like for you? Now, remember, I shared that I went through winter and it didn't mean I didn't see people. It didn't mean I didn't go out and have a good time. It meant I like really started to listen to myself and create some containers and space. I worked with some amazing healers. I worked in some really amazing programs to go within, to be in that retreat mode. So it doesn't mean you have to isolate yourself. Although there were aspects of me there were times when I did isolate in order to do that deeper dive. Let me sip some water here. But what does retreating look like for you? And how can you do it in a really healthy way that's going to keep you moving forward rather than get you stuck in isolation and stuck in hermit mode, if you will. Okay, I'm burning up at that message. So let's go ahead and get some action steps for you. Thank you. Yes. Feeling that. All right, so first up, I have the 7 of Wands, which in this card is Valor. And this is someone who's really standing their ground. And I feel like this is also about boundaries for you, but boundaries with yourself. I think, sometimes we go into, okay, they just cleaned up that message for me. So you are really being invited to create some intentions, to design your goals for the next calendar year, and to stand strong in them, to stand firm in them. One of the things that they're suggesting is with this, because I also have the 8 of Swords, which is about isolation, is to be quiet with your goals, to be if you tend to like project them outwards, or maybe like you share them or put them out into the world, get a little bit more quiet about them. Because one of the things that happens, and again, take what resonates, you put your goals out there, you set your intentions, and sometimes it's like these big grandiose, I've been here, I put out like, this month I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and then it doesn't happen. And sometimes it doesn't happen for you, Aries. What I'm hearing specifically is you've got someone in your ear who kind of makes you question your goals, makes you question if you're capable, or even like if you are worthy. And so when you get really quiet about them, what's really beautiful, so I had the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, when you get quiet about your goals, when you do this inner work and you manifest them from within instead of speaking them externally, and this isn't a forever thing, but what happens is this is the 7 of Discs, which is persevere, and everything is moving in a skyward direction, or it can be moving down in an earthly direction. So there's this like pillar energy happening here. When you go within, when you set those goals and intentions, when you don't leave them open for other people's feedback or insight or guidance, you're going to be able to move them into your 3D reality. But that's as a result of connecting to the 5D. And so it's like connecting to 5D and staying anchored here on Earth. And what that creates is a 3D or is an earthly, what they're saying, it creates an earthly manifestation of your desire. So this 8 of Swords is also the self-made prison. you tend to get yourself into pickles. You tend to overextend yourself. One of the beautiful things about Aries is you are highly, highly ambitious, but you pivot. And I always say this. So if you've heard this more than once, or if you've ever listened to me talk about Aries, you know that I always say this. One of the things that happens with Aries is they get so close to their goal, but because it's not you don't get there when you want to or as quickly as you want to, you stop just short of the finish line. And 2022, you persevere, you keep going. Even if it takes a little bit longer, even if it takes like one last push, even if it means getting a little bit more support, you keep going. All right. But that self-made prison, so it's like you kind of self-sabotage just short of the finish line. You give up. It's like, oh my God, this is getting too hard, or, oh, this just is taking too long. I'm going to stop. I'm going to lay down my sword. I'm going to, look at something else. And so can discern, because I know I have some Aries who I've had this conversation with where they have a lot of unfinished projects. And part of the journey has been accepting that they've gotten what they needed to get from a certain project. But other times there are things that you just gave up a little bit too soon. So that's another inquiry for you, Aries, is what have you given up on too soon, and what unfinished projects or products is also what I'm hearing. Did you learn what you needed to learn from? And it's okay to say, I'm not finishing that. That's a big woo. I thought we were going in a different direction with that one, but then when I started to channel, it was like, nope, this is what we're talking about. All right, so let's get a couple more. Let me know how this is resonating for you, Aries, in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I do respond. So if you have questions, or you just need a little extra support, or you need me to say, go get it, drop it in the comments. Yes. Feeling this. I'm feeling guided to pick another. I was going to go to another deck, but okay. So we have Wings of Light, which is becoming something new. So this is a big theme for you. Who you were or who you are walking into 2022 as is not who you will be leaving. And what I'm hearing is, and that is a good thing. Not because there's anything wrong with you right now. What I'm hearing is what is really shifting. What is really shifting is an accepting of your magic, your beauty, your power in the here and now, rather than, well, when I'm healed, I'll be able to do this. Or when I no longer get triggered by such and such, then I'll be able to manifest things. You stop playing the, when I do this, then this will happen. And you just step into, I am enough. I accept my whole self, not just the best aspects. I look at my darker sides and I am okay with them. Like, yeah, they're there and they're not pretty all the time, but they're there and they're there for a reason. Okay. So I really feel like that's a huge, huge part of the transformation. But this becoming something new is like, what I'm hearing is like an acceptance that you don't have to become anything new. You are wonderful. You are divine as you are. Woo! I love it. And then we have Healing Earth, giving the power to give and receive healing. And I think that's a part of being less focused externally and more about going within. 2022 is the year of your healing. And you might be feeling like, wasn't that 2021, 2020, 2019? Yeah. But what's really interesting here, there's a balancing that's happening in 2022 for you, Aries. And the key here is to take the time out, to go within, to get some focus, to keep going. That's the key message that I'm getting right now for Aries. What you need to move into 2022, the mantra you need is keep going. All right. So that is what I have for you, Aries. Such a pleasure to read for you. Down in the video description, you'll find a link. If you want a personal 2022 reading, you can go ahead and book that using the links in the video description. I also have a couple of other ways to work with me if it feels aligned and if it feels really good for you. Okay, but don't be shy. Let me know how this resonates in the comments. And don't forget to check out your big 3. All right. Bye, Aries.